Great day to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Great day to be alive. Great day to be alive. Continue to acknowledge the things you're grateful for. Never stop. Understand that this is a great opportunity for individuals like you and I to leverage artificial intelligence. Guys, I'm going to talk about this until it is played out, and even then I'll continue, because at this point it is a part of our day-to-day, and as long as I got customers that like the product and are using it, I'm going to be talking about it, because I want to help more people understand it and use it. So I realize that a lot of people just have a misunderstanding of what AI is. They just don't get it. They think, now again, can it be more, and is it more than on a surface level? How it can help you? Of course it is. But there's different use cases, and don't get the basic use cases confused with how powerful it could be. It's just like saying that a knife exists. Okay, you could cut trees down, you could cut people, you can cut food, you can cut maybe a string, something like. There's different use cases for a knife, right? So like, don't make an uneducated decision using AI based off the different use cases, the bad ones, right? So like, let's think about the good ones. Okay, so like, how could AI help me? So AI could help with answering any missed calls as a business, right? So like, if you're a regular person that doesn't have a business, the way that I can help you and how is it going to be useful for you is just listen up and learn. Because at that point, now you'll be developing listen with the ear of developing a skill set which is going to be useful for people that need it. So you'll be applying for jobs, and rather than applying, you're scared about jobs going out or whatnot. Well, no, they're going to need people to prompt these agents, these voice agents, and then one's going to argue, okay, but one person prompts it, creates multiples, and then what? Where are the rest of the people going to go? Just shut up and learn the skill set, right? Just learn the skill set, and just know that you're going to be a lot more valuable and useful in other places. But to the business owner, I'll program it to answer missed calls, right? So what does that mean? Anytime that you don't answer your business phone, somebody calls, instead of it going to voicemail, now it will go to AI, and AI is going to be programmed to answer the questions that customer has. Now, there's a couple things I want to mention here, right? So the goal when answering the phone, when somebody's calling your business, the goal is to answer their question. Typically, very rarely does a customer call your business with their card right there ready to go and pay, depending on the industry you're in. But in this case, they more than likely, a lot of inbound inquiries are exactly that. They want to know something about your business, whether it's price, where are you located, hours of operation, can they walk in, just a ton of questions. They just have questions, different questions. Can they set up an appointment? How do they book an appointment? Just a lot of questions. So rarely is it to pay. And the goal is for us to answer those questions when they have it, and make sure that we capture that opportunity, that potential customer's information, and we also follow up and try to get them on the calendar as soon as possible. So recently somebody sent me a message. They wrote a comment saying, they said, well, how about just answer the phone? Like, if you can't do the basics of answering the phone like a business, then you shouldn't be operating a business or whatever. Like, I don't remember verbatim what they said, but go ahead and read their comments so you see what I'm talking about. But the point is that, okay, great, you have a great, you bring up a valid point. But then once you do the basics as a business owner, so once you have proven to yourself that you in fact could do the basics and answer all of your calls, now you have to, I mean, you could stay there, but then you start delegating it. You start bringing on a team. You hire somebody to answer the phone. So whoever you were, to your point, you're right, you should be able to answer the basics, but once you start scaling, there's other things that need to be done outside of just answering the phone. So to business owners that, understand that and want help when it comes to, when things get a little busy and you can't take care of all the calls, I'm gonna, I'm going to, so the business owners that understand, okay, yeah, so things do get a little busy. And yeah, although, yeah, you're right, somebody will leave a voicemail, but that, I could tell that individual is probably, he has to be 35 and up. He has to be 35 and up because, yeah, you're right, answering the phone, but what do you think people are doing if you don't answer? Like, you think they're really leaving a voice message and then waiting for you to call them back? That's exactly my point. Like, I quite literally was talking about that. It's like, this dude, how you can't expect a client, you can't expect a customer to call you back again or wait for you to call them back in order for you to provide service to them, not even knowing if you could provide the service, not even knowing if your price is the price that they're looking to pay, not even knowing if you could actually render value in the sense of like doing what they want from your business. So you're telling me you want a customer to call your business, leave a voice message, wait for you to call them back to then see if you could provide the service for them? That's not how life works. What's actually happening is that individual is in fact going to scroll down and look for the next business that was right under you or above you, and they're going to call them and ask them the same fucking question. They're going to say, hey, do you or can you, and how much, and all right, let's get it done. So don't be a fool in thinking that AI is not going to help, because it does in fact help. Because if the value of one customer, it's let's say $50, and that happens once a week, now you do the math, $50 once a week, a whole year, you start capturing those opportunities. Now you're like, holy shit, now AI is actually helping me. And that's not even including the follow-up, right? So there's ways for me to, what I'll do is, what I'm starting to do for my customers is, when there's a business that calls, or a customer that calls, after the call, I do what's called a trigger, an after call trigger, and it's a little workflow that I create. And after that call, there's going to be a text message that's sent to the individual asking them, hey, were you looking to, I gotta add that, but I'm thinking something like, have you already been helped, or were you just asking about any getting your roof installed, the new roof installed, getting a free estimate, getting your windows tinted, whatever the industry is. But I send a message after that call, and I set it up so that AI communicates with a goal in mind. So it's not just having a conversation openly, it's actually having a conversation with an objective to book an appointment, and that appointment is going to go on your calendar. And obviously if they show up, at least they put down that they're going to be there at that time, you're aware of it, you're going to be notified via app, and then you now are still, you now have help, right? So you now have help. versus before you needed to either hire an employee to actually be there, answer the phone, make sure that they answer the questions to people that are just calling in, and then also you have to have somebody follow up with these appointments and send a message and reminders and all this stuff, which is cool, right? I'm not saying replace the individual that was doing it before, but if you're in a position of struggling trying to find somebody, or if that person is booked or swamped, or sometimes that person just has a lot of things going on, well, now she has help. And what I do is I set it up so that it's missed calls, right? So we're not having all of the calls come in to AI. You can, but that's not what I do with my clients. So what I do is I set it up so it's forward all of the missed calls, the calls that you are not answering. And then some people are like, oh, you'll just be surprised how many missed calls you actually have. Like, you'll be surprised. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you be on the phone and somebody's trying to call you, or sometimes two people try to call you at once. Bro, this world operates in batches, bro. It's real cyclical, real, like, I was gonna say chaotic, but like a cadence. I don't know how to say that, but like in a cadence. You know what I'm saying? It's real, like, flow-like. So people be calling at the same time, bro. It be like that. You guys ever experienced that while you're working? You're like, yo, everybody all of a sudden want to fucking eat at the same time, or drink coffee at the same time, or everybody just pull up while you're working at the same time. It's like, motherfucker, it's been dead the whole day, and all of a sudden everybody, as soon as I pick up my phone, everybody want to just pull up. Why? Because everybody think in batches. So you guys telling me you don't think that shit happen when people call? Bro, that shit happens all the time, bro. You got people calling you at scale at the same time, depending on the type of business you are. Bam, 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 right? So they calling you. You don't think you missing those opportunities? Well, in those cases, now AI is gonna, pick up those calls. And here, real scenario. Me as an individual, I low key am legit calling businesses that I am within 3 miles from. And I'm not just finding the businesses that I've called. I have called businesses outside of like my parameter, but I'm saying like the ones that I mainly call are right there within my vicinity. Like, we're right here, and they still be missing my call. And sometimes I'll even call twice, and they miss my call, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way. There's absolutely no way that these business owners are legit not answering the phone. There's no way. There's no way. How? How is this even possible? So it's a fact that business owners miss calls. It is an absolute fact that business owners miss calls. They quite literally miss calls all the time. And then they call me back, saying, hey, we seen a missed call from you. How can I help you? What? You know what I'm saying? And it's good. The ones that do call back, it's real good, because that's obviously what you're supposed to do. But what I'm saying is, bro, who are you? I forgot, bro. Like, I already had half a day happen. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, and as a customer, if I was not calling to provide a service, if I was calling looking for something to get done, plumbing, my AC, you think I'm gonna wait? I'll be like, bro, like, man, don't worry about it, bro. Somebody already fixed it, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, because that individual, he's looking for another company nearby that can do it right now and can actually answer the phone. You clearly can't, let alone do the work. If you can't pick up the phone, shit, look, imagine how long it's going to take you to do it. Bro, you guys are crazy, man. So what do? Is I actually program AI. It's going to be strong as fuck. I program AI to answer those missed calls, and with an objective, right? So the goal is to try to steer the conversation to book an appointment. So once they start asking their questions, AI is going to answer it, and then it's going to say, hey, so would you like to set up an appointment, versus just answering the question. That's another big benefit. So not only that, right, like a human, you'd have to train them to make sure that every time that somebody calls, they try to close. Always be closing. That shit's real, bro. And like, think about McDonald's. McDonald's has done it, right? Well, not really, but they kind of coined the example as if they do it, they don't. But would you like to supersize your fries, right? Would you like a large with that? Like, they don't do it like they at one point did, but the point is that, you know what I'm saying, that shit's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's actually real. So, to my point, you know, I forgot where I was going with this, but I know it was a good analogy. But yeah, I really forgot. But yeah, so closing. So always be closing, always upselling, always doing something at the close. And AI, even after it answers the question to the customer, it will close. It's gonna have an objective to book that appointment, and that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes humans get tired. They're like, bro, they get tired of answering the same question every day. Eventually, they like, yes, we're here. Bum 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 bum. They hang up. Yes, we're here. It's XYZ. This is how much it costs. Yes, we're open. Bum bum bum. Well, now we have AI where she's gonna say, yes, we're open. Our time is dun dun dun. Would you like to set up an appointment or whatever, right? So like, now she's closing every time. So now not only are you having somebody answer the phone, now they have a goal, an objective to close with a positive attitude, consistent every time with the super optimistic positive attitude. And let's play this out. I've heard this one too. Nobody wants to talk to AI. Who wants to talk? Okay, bet. Well, let's really dive into this. First of all, the people that say they don't want to talk to AI and all this bullshit, those are the same people that you still got to deal with AI when you call Verizon or T-Mobile, when you call any of these fucking companies. Those are the complainers. They still got to do it. It's like, okay, motherfucker, I don't want to talk to AI. But at scale is happening. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to talk to a human. But guess what? The big boy companies are doing it. But my shit is better. The reason I bring that up is because I also program it so that if the individual shows indication of not wanting to talk to AI, I program mine so that actually connects to a real person. So you can still have people to answer the phone, but we could just structure it differently. So like, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be less scenarios, obviously, and for bigger companies, it can't obviously take all the calls, but it could handle a decent amount, and then still have your people that answer and still have to wait and have a call queue for those that, you know, if it's that massive. But yeah, the same system, the same process still, it just helps, it alleviates, it takes care of shit that needs to be taken care of. Because a lot of people, bro, man, I had this conversation with this chick. She was complaining about some shit, and she was like, I just want to talk to, I'm like, bro, they don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to